but on the agenda, you want minutes approved. Tell me how you get a minutes approved. You didn't have March, April, or May's legal minutes. So, what are you going to say to the judge again? When we went to court in 2014, that judge told you if the minutes are not done properly, this time they will go to court, somebody will go to jail, and they will be fined. You know what? I don't want to hear it. You know, you can talk, but I
We have a new minute person right here.
Okay, that's now, but you can't approve minutes that you don't have.
John did minutes for 2 months.
They don't have the minutes. I tried to get the minutes. They approved the minutes last month. They did not have the minutes. April was important.
We did have minutes.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to fight with you because you're a bunch of crap and all you've been doing is lying and harassing people. We've been getting phone calls. We don't get phone calls from council. We've been getting phone calls from people telling us how the council's harassing them on streets.
Okay. How you doing?
Hi, good night everyone. My name is Harriet. I'm a resident of Colwyn. I resided in Colwyn for 2 years. I
Do you have your address, miss?
423 South 3rd Street.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I rent a property at 423 South 3rd Street. Like I said, as I stated, I lived there for the past 2 years. Now I'm having issues with my landlord. He sent me a text on the 8th of June telling me if he did not receive $1,600 by the 11th of June, or his rental agreement will be terminated. Last month in May, I did over $1,200 in repairs on this property. I'm never late. I always pay my rent every month. And now my son has chronic asthma. There's mold in the top of my fireplace. The first time the mold appeared, he took care of it 3 months after. Now the mold has reappeared again. There's health hazard in my property that needs to be adjusted. From the month of February till June, my kitchen sink was not working for 4 months. And every month on the 11th, he came and picked up his rent. So I would like somebody to come out to my property and give an inspection of my property.
Yeah, go ahead. They get her address. We'll send somebody.
And also, another issue at hand. On Saturday, we had a family function on Saturday. 2 pedophiles were stalking our children on Saturday while our family function was going on.
Say it again now?
2 pedophile, sexual predator that stalked children. They were stalking our children on Saturday. The ages range from 2 years old to 6 years of age. It was outside playing.
Did you call the police?
We did. We made a report with the officer there. So nice. And if my aunt did not leave to go home, who knows what would have happened.
I got a question. Tom, what I'm going to ask you, because myself, Mark, and Paul, we made a Megan's Law here. There is a Megan's Law here. And the way that it's set up, there should not be reported pedophiles in our books. And it was legal. Now, they can challenge it now, but it was legal when it was made. And we've had a challenge too. So, there is a Megan Law in Colwyn. I want to know, did the cops enforce the Megan Law that is on the books? And I'm not talking about the state. I'm talking about Colwyn's Megan's Law. Did they enforce that? Because Colwyn has its own Megan's
And what
Law.
is the Megan Law for Colwyn? I'm a new resident of Colwyn, so
I
I'm
don't
not
have the
sure
book in
about.
front of me. I really don't have the book in front of me, but we do have a law right.
Colwyn is full of children. Our children are always playing in the streets of Colwyn every single day. And for these people to even get the idea or the thought that they can just come and stalk our children is not right, it's wrong.
Well, they're not supposed to be here. That's the bottom line. I'm looking in a very old book. I don't have mine, but I know for a fact there is a Megan's Law and it's in Colwyn, and the police should be enforcing that because it's pretty strict.
But from what I do know, when I made the report to the officer, concerns, they handled it accordingly. They did search for the suspect and they were very concerned. Thank you.
We'll take a look at the ordinance.
Thank you.
All right, next, anybody next? All once, okay, Kim. Go ahead, Kim.
Hello, everyone. Mayor Blue, we ride past the parks every day. My son wants to play in the park. He can't play in the park. He wants to play.
Say it again.
My son, he wants to play at the playground on Water Street. He can't play at the playground. He wants to play basketball. He can't play basketball. My son can't play outside. You got drugs selling up and down the street 24/7. My son cannot play outside. Where's your police and when we going to get the parks fixed?
I can't answer for the park,
Why you
but
can't?
I don't have nothing to do with the park.
So you're not the mayor, you're not going to make sure
I
you're...
don't have nothing to do with the parks. That's for the park and recreation, right?
Yeah,
I don't have nothing to do with the park. But my cops, they patrol every night. Every night. So I don't see why it's a big issue about police
They
cops.
ride down the street looking
They
straight
patrol
ahead.
every night. Every night, you know. They do. Really, serious.
Do you make the rounds with them? Do you make the rounds with
I
them?
can.
I don't even see you
I can.
riding around the neighborhood at all.
I do it all the time.
But you're
I do
saying
it all the
you're
time.
not-
You don't-
so
you
you're
don't see
saying-
me, but I circle the block all the time.
So you're saying you're not in charge of the park, that you don't want to get the park fixed, you're the mayor.
Kim, we have different duties to do. And matter of fact, I'm gonna have John to read out everybody's duties to do. Because park and recreation, that ain't my job.
all right.
My job is public safety.
All right, that's what I want to also do at the committees tonight, if anybody wants anything. We can do that later, we can get a park and recreation person tonight.
That's what we need, Kim, you know? I don't have nothing to do with it.
All right, so we'll go through the park and recreation. Does anybody want to be park and recreation chairman? Raise your hand, please. Volunteer?
I thought Mouse was it.
I don't know, Matt was it.
Wait a minute, no. Master gave it to Justin, Master gave it up. So we don't have anybody that's doing any committee.
So, she can be park and recreation. Miss Tonette. And then you can give Tonette a hard time instead of Mike Blue, you know that?
Mike, oh, yeah, hold joke anyway.
Because she's right, it needs to be fixed.
Right, it needs to be fixed.
Seriously, Kim, I don't have nothing to do with the park and
So,
recreation.
what are you going to do for this town? Let me ask you that. What are you going to do for this town? What are you going to do?
Like I told you, my job is public safety, and I think my cops is doing a good job. Nobody did not tell me the cops is not doing a good job. They patrolling, they ain't sitting around stopping people 5 and 10 times and hiding up in corners. They doing a good job. That's all I can say about that. You can't say nothing about it. Good
That's all I
job.
got that.
Nobody did not tell me nothing different.
Officer that say he's here at 6 o'clock, I ride past the police department every morning. Monday through Friday, 6 o'clock, 6:15, and sometimes 6:30. Why are we paying an officer 8 hours is here for 4 hours, and he's never here on a Friday? His time sheet states that he works on a Friday. That's still in time.
And I know who you're talking about.
That's still in time. That is still in taxpayer dollars.
I know who she's talking about because I have told Patricia to let me know about
And
it.
I also want to address one other issue, okay? It's with your crossing guards, okay? If the crossing guards are supposed to be on the corner from 7 to 9, they need to be there 7 to 9, not 7 to 8:45, okay? Not sitting in a car. If they leave at 8:45, they need to be docked 15 minutes. That is my tax dollars. I don't pay anybody 15 minutes to go home. I don't pay anybody to sit in their car. That needs to be addressed before something happens, and then a kid gets hit, and then we all sit here and look stupid, okay? Their job is not to sit in the car. It is to protect our children. And
They are not sitting in the car. I rode past today, 8:38, okay? I went down 4th Street, okay? One sitting in a car halfway up the block underneath the tree, okay? One wasn't even on the corner. That needs to be addressed. We are in a financial bind. We don't have the money to be paying people that are not working. We can't even afford the people that are working. And some of these need to be addressed.
We need to have a personnel meeting like I always want to have one.
Frank, I know you always say that we never do, but I wanted to also say that there's a resolution and our administrator has it because he has our book. There's only 3 by resolution. There are only 3 shifts in Colwyn. By resolution, he has it. The Vice President has it. It's in her book. And that is 8 to 4, 8 to 4, 4 to 12, and 12 to 8. That's all we have, and that's by resolution. And that's been in by resolution since 09 or 10. We don't have our part-timers. Our part-timers are allowed to work 24 to 32 hours without the authorization of council for overtime. That's a resolution. We got people cutting their hours and we don't even have a shift for it. That's why we had the resolutions. I'm in agreement with Ms. Williams. This is the way it was in 2008 when we came in. Everybody was doing their own thing with their own time card. That's why we had a biometric time clock. And we can have one in the police department because it's in our arbitration letter that we had. That was one of the things that they gave us. Because this paper, we got off paper a while ago. The only thing we were waiting on is for our arbitration letter to come back and say that we can put the biometric clock over in the police station. Well, that's done. We can't. We had a biometric clock downstairs that just bolted. You know, we had one. So, and if you had one of those, then you wouldn't have that paper. You wouldn't have to worry about the paper at all.
I think we ought to have a little personnel meeting about all that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, when you want to have it, Freddie?
When you want to have it. You guys name the night, name the time. Just let Ruth Meuser know about it so we don't get no complaints.
No, Paul's here, so we can let Paul know.
Yeah, well, you name the time. You name the time.
It's an executive session for personnel.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, 6 o'clock. Anybody got a problem? Anybody? Monday, 6 o'clock. We'll bring all them issues up. Thank you very much. And I don't think we have any more public comment.
I thought you were going to keep going with the committee.
What's that? All right, so now what we got to do is I want to ask for the committees, right? Parks and Recreation, you okay with that, Tonette?
Yes, but I want to have my park and recreation.
Whatever you.
And I would like it to be advertised. And I would like the community, the residents only, to come to my meeting.
Can't restrict that.
I know, but they're not here. I'm moving on. They're not here, and we got people.
Moving on because
He only gave out one
I am
committee.
sick of people questioning me about something.
Well, if Jesse, whatever Jesse wants to be, he can be, but he has to get on the phone, call me up and say, I want to be finance chair. I want to be municipal service chair. I want to be park and recreation chair. But if people don't communicate, don't talk, okay, what's good is you going to tell me that this guy's feelings is hurt was going over his head? He should be telling me his feelings are hurt, not you.
I'm not telling you that.
Well, that's what you're telling me.
I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you that because I am glad you're taking the pressure off of me about parking recreation.
Whoa, let's back up here. Let's back up here.
All right,
You're not going to throw park and recreation on me and then everybody going to give me these complaints. We should all be working as a team to move this borough forward. She came up here to ask you about grants and redoing the park. We have a problem.
nothing to do with it.
But you're supposed to. You should have some input.
All right, we got a little.
Like you said, we work together.
Go ahead,
We work
sir, it's your
together.
turn, I don't even know. What's your name?
Devin Payne. How's everybody doing?
Oh, good, good. I know where you're from, go ahead.
I'm from your neighboring municipality, Philadelphia. And I created just an outline draft that the council could look over, basically to help them try to get out of their financial rut that they're in. And I look at the beginnings of Colwyn back in 1682, which derived off of friendship, deep roots, and also progress. And I think that says a lot about this community. But I'm gonna deviate some from my written remarks because I have to head to Massachusetts after I leave here. So basically, what I have here, I'm a community advocate. I'm a paralegal also, and a former business executive. I've been a CEO of not only a nonprofit, but also a for-profit corporation in Philadelphia. Some of the problems that's going on in Colwyn is not new, not just for Colwyn, but other municipalities that are having financial issues. But after I looked over a lot of things in Colwyn that was on your website, Colwyn's had a financial problem at least for 20 years.
Yes.
Sure.
But we don't have a website.
Okay.
That's
But I think that overall, it looks like the problems have been getting worse. And I know that you had to reach out to the state for Act 47 for relief. But I think one thing just to boost morale is consider looking at offering resolutions at your council meeting for congratulatory things for the community. For sports teams, different things that's going on, community businesses, and things like that. Also, at times, you may have to offer condolence resolutions. People that have passed in the community, or service members, maybe even in your own family or in the community. I'd look at considering, when you do have a website created, setting up an official organizational chart. So everybody know what not only their role is, but when people come to you and you go to them, y'all know exactly what you're talking about, and also how to present yourself to the community, and vice versa. I've seen shouting matches back and forth when I was out of town, all on YouTube.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna tell you this.
Can I say this? Those things on YouTube were edited. Okay, they're supposed to